Tonight, customers of Southside Electric Cooperative are demanding answers about why it took so long to get their power back on from last month's ice storms.
That's right. About 80% of the company's customers were in the dark during the storm, and more than a week later, thousands still didn't have their lights back on. On Your Side investigator Kelly Avellino took your concerns to the company's CEO to find out exactly what went wrong.
Since last month, 242 complaints from Southside Electric customers have been reported to the State Corporation Commission. The SEC now doing a thorough review of Southside Electric's entire response to the storm. A week and a half after an ice storm pummeled Central Virginia, NBC 12 reported more than 13,000 Southside Electric customers were still without electricity and heat in many cases. Almost all Dominion customers had their power restored by that time, as well as other providers across the state, according to the poweroutage.us website. I asked CEO Jeff Edwards why.
The storm for us was unprecedented in the amount of damage.
He says the ice and its aftermath caused the worst damage that Southside Electric has dealt with since Hurricane Isabel in 2003, costing $20 million for restoration, nearly 4 times what Isabel had cost.
If you look at a map that shows ice accumulations, you will see that our territory was the epicenter of this ice storm.
But was enough done leading up to the storm? A look at tax records reveals that from 2018 to 2019, the amount that Southside Electric spent on maintenance was cut by more than $4 million. That's about a 44% drop. Why such a drastic decrease in maintenance?
We are like any other business, and our budgets are based on anticipated revenues. We were at the end of a rate cycle, and our revenues weren't as high as they are early, or margins in the early part of the rate cycle. So we adjust our expenses downward, and it's not just in that area, it's travel, training.
But this comes as many of those in upper management took home more money, according to tax documents. In 2019, the base compensation approved by the SEC board for Jeff Edwards was $504,000, as stated in meeting minutes. In 2020, a $24,000 raise was approved for Edwards. This, says Southside Electric, also ushered in a rate hike that went into effect last year as well.
All of our compensation levels are in line with other Virginia co-op executives. And when you look at us compared to other co-ops regionally and nationally, you will find compensation that we are typically in the middle of the pack.
I asked about preparation before the storm. Edwards says Southside Electric is on a 7-year power line maintenance schedule, meaning every section of power lines should be maintained at least once every 7 years. He also says they have full-time staff members working to clear trees within 30 feet of those power lines. Customers like Michelle Scheid say they don't think it's enough.
I have countless pictures of people who obviously have not been serviced. There's just no way.
Michelle co-started a Facebook group, Concerned Members of Southside Electric Cooperative. She says these pictures, mostly from hard-hit Dinwiddie, were posted online showing power lines surrounded by trees.
That you would think that in 2021 that our technology would be improving, and it just seems like that we're stagnant. We don't have the technology as some other power companies do at this point.
Unfortunately, we have 100-foot tall pine trees beside of these lines, and even keeping the right-of-ways in pristine condition during heavy ice, we're really at Mother Nature's hands to determine what the impact will be on our system.
One area where Edwards agrees that Southside Electric needs some improvement is communication. Many customers were frustrated by not receiving more frequent outage updates, texts, or social media posts. He says they're considering bringing on another outside call center and increasing social media updates. Now, there's much more to my conversation with Jeff Edwards. You can read more details in this story on NBC12.com and our news app. For the On Your Side investigators, I'm Kelly Avellino, NBC 12.